We're already stocking in. As a small scale farmer, this time is the best time for you to stock in new batch that you'll be selling for your ending of January. That's because the price of the oats are now low. So you need to just maximize the opportunity that the prices has crashed. So right now we are stocking a new batch. These sets are few. This is the test run farm that I have at home where I do my lectures for you guys on this platform, especially for small scale farmers, because I just want to focus on small scale farmers for them to get to learn and grow their business. So right now, this is a brooding process. I've just prepared this space for brooding. I'm using just the papers on the floor with the tray, and this water already has glucose inside of it. So these are the routine. Make sure the room is heated already. This is my heat source, the stove that I use, the kerosene stove. You need to make sure that you on the stove before bringing it into the pen. So in this case, I already turned it off inside of the pen where I'm brooding. So I'm going to allow the smoke to just clear off. You can see this is the smoke. So I need to allow this smoke to clear off before I bring in the beds, so that they don't start developing CROD too early. So because this smoke that comes from the stove has a way of causing CRD. So you need to make sure that if you're using a stove, charcoal, you need to also have room for ventilation where air can come in through, so that you don't have cases of CRD in your pen. So stay with me guys before I introduce these guys into this space. Okay guys, one of the reasons why I like using these papers on the floor, or one of the reasons why it's good to use these papers on the floor, so that you get to spread their feeds on the floor, so that the birds can easily get access to feed immediately they drop in. So you see, with these feeds spread everywhere, they can get feed immediately. They don't have to start searching. So while they are now growing up, maybe from tomorrow, to start feeding from this feeder over here, these guys, to start feeding from these feeders. So from tomorrow, I'll be taking off this tray, and hopefully from tomorrow too, I'll also take off these papers. So it will just be, they will just be on the wood shavings floor directly. So the essence of this is so that they get quick access to feed immediately, so that they can just start adapting gradually. Because these guys are just coming from the hatchery, out from their eggshell, so they are not used to most of these stuffs. So gradually they get to know where their source of food is and source of water, and they get to adapt quicker. So let's bring them in. So when I brought out these beds, I found out that they were looking very dull. So I felt strongly that the heat was just too much for them. You notice there was a stove here, so I had to take off the stove, because we're in the time of the year whereby the weather is quite hot, dry season in West Africa already. So I had to take off the heat source. So I then noticed that they had become a bit lively. So the heat was too much for them. So these are the things that you need to consider when you're bringing in your bed, so that you don't start having unnecessary mortality. Imagine if I'm not smart enough to notice that the heat was the challenge, because I was a bit feeling a bit worried that these birds are looking dull for my liking. So I then realized that the heat was too much. That's why they were a bit tired and weak. So you can see these other ones are lying down. That means they are tired and stressed out from the the heat, the hot weather. So I'm just doing this to just awaken most of them, so that they become lively and start taking water immediately. So the mistake I made is that I would have spread water on the cartons before bringing them out, because the weather is hot. Because it's ideal for you to sprinkle water on the carton. So you can see some of them already picking feed there. So this weather affects birds. Despite that, when it gets too hot, it becomes a challenge. When it's too cold, it's a challenge. So you need to monitor the temperature in your pen. So it's best if you have a thermometer, so you can use to check the temperature gauge, so that it doesn't get above a certain temperature where the birds will feel more comfortable. So guys, thanks for watching this far, and if you're not subscribed yet to this channel, please do well to subscribe. Watch all my other videos, so that you get to learn more and improve on your farming skills. Bye bye.